The elevator opened to something waiting. I used to think elevators were the safest place in the building. You step in, you press a button, you wait. Nothing unexpected ever happens. That's what I believed, until the elevator in our office building stopped on a floor that didn't exist. And something was waiting there. I work the night shift, so does Daniel. There are only 2 of us on the 14th floor after 8 p.m., me and him. The rest of the building empties out early, leaving behind humming lights, silent cubicles, and the low mechanical breathing of the air system. That night started like every other. We finished late. It was around 11:40 p.m. when we packed our bags. "Same elevator?" Daniel asked, grabbing his jacket. "Yeah," I said, "unless you want to take the stairs and die." He laughed. That laugh still haunts me. We stepped into the elevator together. The doors closed with a soft metal sound. Daniel pressed G for the ground floor. The elevator began to descend. First, everything was normal. Then the lights flickered. The elevator slowed and stopped between floors. Daniel sighed. "Great, we're stuck." I pressed the emergency button. Nothing. Then the display above the doors changed. Instead of a number, it showed a blank line. Just darkness where a floor number should be. "Is that normal?" I asked. Daniel frowned. "No." The elevator jerked. The doors opened. What stood outside wasn't a floor. It was a hallway, but not one that belonged to our building. The walls were gray and unfinished, like concrete left to rot. There were no lights, only a soft glow coming from somewhere unseen. The air looked thick, like fog trapped indoors. No doors, no signs, no windows, just a long hallway stretching into darkness. Daniel leaned forward. "What floor is this?" "I don't think it is 1, I said. The elevator didn't make its usual sound. No chime, no voice, just silence. Then we heard it. A sound from the hallway. Footsteps. Slow, careful. Someone walking barefoot. I felt my throat tighten. "Daniel, don't." But he stepped out anyway. "Hello?" he called. His voice echoed strangely, repeating itself half a second late. "Hello? Hello? Hello?" Something moved deeper in the hallway. Then a voice answered. "Daniel." He froze. "That's not funny," he said, turning back toward me. "Did you say that?" I shook my head. "No." The voice came again, closer. "Daniel, why did you stop?" Sounded like him. Not similar. Exact. 3. The elevator doors began to close. I grabbed Daniel's arm. "Get back in. Now." He hesitated, staring down the hallway. "I swear," he whispered. I heard myself. The doors were almost shut when a hand appeared between them. Not human. Too long. Too pale. Fingers bent slightly the wrong way. The doors stopped. The hand pulled back. Footsteps rushed forward. Daniel screamed and stumbled backward into the elevator. I slammed my hand on the G button over and over. The doors finally closed. The elevator dropped suddenly, making my stomach lift. We fell in silence. Daniel was breathing hard. What was that?" "I don't know," I said, "but it knew your name." The elevator display flickered again. The blank line disappeared. 13, 12, 11, normal. When the doors opened at the ground floor, the lobby looked exactly the same as always. Bright, clean, safe. We ran out. Neither of us spoke until we reached the parking lot. "Let's not talk about this," Daniel said. "Okay," I nodded. But the elevator wasn't done with us. For the next night, Daniel didn't show up to work. I texted him. No reply. Around 10 p.m., my phone buzzed. "Daniel, hey. Sorry, I'm late." I stared at the message. "Me. You okay?" 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Then, "Daniel, do you remember the hallway?" My chest tightened. "Me, yes." The reply came instantly. "Daniel, it's learning." I stood up so fast my chair fell over. "Me? What do you mean?" No answer. I left work early. In the parking lot, I saw Daniel's car. Engine still warm. Keys on the seat. But Daniel was nowhere. 5. I tried to forget. That was my mistake. 3 nights later, I stayed late again. Alone. At 11:50 p.m., the lights on my floor dimmed by themselves. The elevator dinged. Once. I didn't call it. I stood frozen as the sound echoed through the empty office. Then my phone rang. Daniel's name flashed on the screen. My hands shook as I answered. Daniel. His voice came through softly. Calm. Too calm. I'm in the elevator, he said. It stopped again. Cold spread through my body. Get out, I whispered. Don't listen to it. Silence. Then a second voice came through the phone. My voice. Perfect. Come help me. The call ended. The elevator dinged again. This time from my floor. Against every instinct, I walked toward it. The doors were open. Inside stood Daniel. He smiled, but his eyes were wrong. Empty. Reflective. Like glass. You coming? He asked. Behind him, the display showed a blank line. 6. I stepped inside. I don't know why. The doors closed. The elevator didn't move. Daniel stood very still. You shouldn't have left me, he said. I swallowed. You're not Daniel. He tilted his head. I am now. The lights flickered. The walls stretched. The elevator became longer, deeper, like a throat. Behind Daniel, the doors opened again. Not to my office. To the hallway. The impossible hallway. It was closer now. Clearer. And something stood inside it. Tall. Thin. Unfinished. Its face kept changing. First Daniel's, then mine. Then something without features at all. It needs voices, Daniel said softly. Names. Memories. The thing took a step forward. And you sound perfect. 7. I backed into the corner. There were only 2 of us, I said. Why Daniel? The thing smiled with my mouth. 2 is enough, it said. 1 to learn. 1 to stay. The hallway pulsed, like breathing. I saw shapes behind the walls. Faces trapped inside concrete. Mouths open in silent screams. Former coworkers. Other buildings. Other elevators. This wasn't new. You can leave, Daniel said. But I can't. His voice cracked. For the first time, he sounded real. What happens if I don't? I asked. The thing leaned close. Then we both learn you. I made my choice. I pressed the emergency button. The elevator screamed. Not mechanically, organically. The lights burst. The hallway recoiled. The thing shrieked in dozens of stolen voices. I ran. When I opened my eyes, I was lying in the lobby. Morning light poured through the glass doors. The elevator doors were closed. Normal. The display read G. Daniel never came back to work. HR said he quit. But sometimes, late at night, the elevator dings. And when I'm alone, I hear my voice coming from inside it. Practicing. Learning. Waiting for someone else to press the button.